What is going on, comic book fans? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another Final Order Cutoff Speculation and Recommendation show. Now, I'm going to go ahead and skip over that whole preamble that I normally do in this intro and just let you guys know, today's going to be a nice big fat video. I was able to find a bunch of books on Final Order Cutoff that I think could do well on the secondary market in the future. On next week's new comic book day, I found some great covers, and I also found two books on this weekend's Final Order Cutoff that I want to recommend to you guys to pick up to read. So let's not waste any more time and let's go ahead and cover my 2 weekly speculation reminders. If you guys have seen this video series before, or you guys are seasoned speculators, go ahead and skip this section and jump right into Final Order Cutoff speculation. But if you guys are new to this video series or new to speculation, stick around. Now, the first reminder that I have for you guys every single week is the most important, and I highly and strongly suggest you guys do this. You guys have to do your own research. I'm going to present some information to you guys today, but what I need you to do is go check out other comic book YouTubers you trust, other comic book websites that you trust, and other comic book apps that you trust. Gather the most information possible so that way you guys can make the best decisions possible for yourself, because remember, you guys are spending your own hard-earned money on these books. Not my money, your money. And the second and final reminder that I have for you guys is that there are delays with comic books. So sometimes a book will show up multiple times on Final Order Cutoff, and that is because its release date got moved for one reason or another. Alright guys, those are my 2 weekly reminders. So let's go ahead and cover this weekend's Final Order Cutoff order deadline dates. Now, if you guys are interested in picking up any of the books that I'm going to talk about in today's video, and you guys want to get them at a discount, you guys need to get your pre-orders in by December 10th for your DC Scout and Vault books, and December 11th for your Marvel and all the other indie publishers. So just remember, get them in by this weekend, December 10th and 11th, if you guys want to get these books at a discount and guarantee that you guys get these books. All right, guys, that is this weekend's Final Order Cutoff and deadline dates. We're going to dive right into Final Order Cutoff with my cover lover picks. Alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and dive right into these covers, and the first one up is Batman the Brave and the Bold, issue number 9. Now this is the cover B variant, done by Bruno Redondo, and what I like about this is that it is an homage to the Batman animated series. I will have that image up on screen now with the cover, and guys, it is just gorgeous. Bruno Redondo is such an amazing artist, and with this being an homage, maybe it could do well in the future. Next up is Nightwing issue number 110. Now this is the cover D, the 1:25 ratio variant. It is a design variant, and I think it could have a first appearance on this cover. Don't quote me on that because I was not able to confirm that information, but I've never heard of Apex Ava. I don't know who that is, and they're on this cover, and it's a pretty cool design, so that is why I added this book to the list. Guys, next up is a great cover. This is Superman issue number 10, the cover A, done by Jamal Campbell. This is like Superman in like the Old West, looking like absolutely freaking jacked. Great cover. I freaking love it. Guys, next up, we have an awesome Wonder Woman cover. This is Wonder Woman issue number 5. This is the cover C variant, done by Julian Totino Tedesco. This is gorgeous. This is so good. All of his covers for Wonder Woman so far have been fantastic, but I think this might be my favorite so far. All right, guys, next up is Star Wars Thrawn Alliances number 1. This is the 1/100 Virgin variant, done by Torrin Clark. Now, there is a tiny bit of spec behind this book, but I really do like this cover. You have the stormtroopers like drawing your eye to Thrawn, and I know Thrawn is a pretty big character within the Star Wars universe, so that's why I added this cover to this list. And the last and final cover that I found on this weekend's Final Order Cutoff is an independent cover, and it's awesome. This is Guma, Beginning of Her, cover C, the design variant, done by Jae Hung Lee. This is gorgeous, it's creepy, it's crazy, and I really, really like it. I do wish it was maybe like a 1:10 ratio variant to make the book a little bit more rare, but guys, just look at this cover. It's freaking awesome. But guys, those are the covers that I was able to find on this weekend's Final Order Cutoff that I think could do well on the secondary market in the future. Guys, make sure do your own research. Do not take my word for granted. Who knows if any of these covers are going to do really well, but these are the ones that I found that I think possibly could. All right, guys, let's go ahead and move on to the next section, which are my second prints, facsimiles, and, you know, third, fourth, fifth print, and beyond. Marvel has 2 facsimiles and a bunch of second prints on this weekend's Final Order cutoff, so let's go ahead and dive into these. And the first one up is Amazing Spider-Man issue number 252. There is the facsimile, and there is a foil edition of this facsimile. Now, if you did not know, this is the first appearance of Spider-Man's black costume. But guys, next up is Black Panther issue number 6. This is a second print variant done by Matt Horak. I want to say that's how you pronounce it, but that's a second print for you. And next up is Carnage issue number 1, the second print variant done by Paulo Siqueira. I want to say that's how it's pronounced, but Carnage, second print. And after that, we have Daredevil Black Armor issue number 1, the second print variant, also done by Paulo Siqueira. And after that, we have another second print. This is Marvel Superheroes Secret Worlds Battle World number 1, the second print variant done by Ryan Stegman. And last but not least, we have X-Men issue number 4, the facsimile edition. Now this has the first team appearance of the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants led by Magneto, also the first appearance of the Scarlet Witch, Quicksilver, Mastermind, who later becomes Jason Wingard, and also the first appearance of Toad. Alright guys, those are the second prints, facsimiles, and beyond. Let's go ahead and move over to the books that I was able to find on this weekend's Final Order cutoff that had a little bit of speculation. Now, unlike the past few weeks, we actually have 10 books that have a little bit of speculation. So I'm going to go ahead and dive into these books, but guys, stick around after I cover all these books, and I'll give you guys my spec picks of the week. All right, guys, first up is Batman Offworld issue number 3, with the possible first appearance of the Thingarian, a bounty hunter. And after that is Superman issue number 10, with the possible first appearance of the Man of Yesterday, an Old West version of Clark Kent. That's why I guess we have all those covers with these amazing versions of Clark Kent in the Old West. And guys, next up is Cable issue number 1, with the first team appearance of the Necrosea. And this is also a 5-issue miniseries tie-in to the fall of the House of X and the rise of the powers of X. And guys, next up is Daredevil issue number 5. Now, the solicitation mentions an all-new villain for Daredevil to face down, but we have no details on he, she, or they. They're just a new villain for Daredevil to face down. And guys, after that is Jackpot issue number 1. Now, this is the first solo series featuring Mary Jane as Jackpot. And I just gotta tell you guys, all the covers that Marvel has released so far for this series have been a gigantic letdown. I personally thought we were gonna get some banger covers for this title, but the best one is definitely the one that you see on the screen, which is cover A, and it is the Lobos one. And after that, guys, we have Miguel O'Hara Spider-Man 2099 issue number 3, with the first appearance of Werewolf by 2099. And guys, after that is also Miguel O'Hara Spider-Man 2099 issue number 4, with the first appearance of a new Terra Inc. And after that, we have Spider-Boy issue number 3, with the first appearance of the Toy Soldier, a new villain. And guys, after that is Star Wars Thrawn Alliances issue number 1. Now, this is an adaptation of the 2019 novel of the same name. Now, there are some pretty good covers for this, but guys, that is the speculation for this book that I mentioned earlier. And the last and final book that I was able to find that has a little bit of speculation is Star Wars Visions Takashi Okazaki issue number 1. Now, this has the origin of the Ronin. Now, there are some pretty cool covers for this. I like how the droid has like that total like samurai look to it. Really cool. Alright guys, those were all the books that I was able to find on this weekend's Final Order cutoff that had a little bit of speculation. Now, before I cover my spec picks of the week, I just want to remind you guys, if you guys have not joined Al's Facebook group that is linked down in the description below, go ahead and do that. Now, I know a few of you have mentioned that his Facebook group is full and he's not able to add any more members. I spoke with Al, he's trying to fix that. So I have an alternative to share with you guys, and that is coverprice.com. I'll also have the link down in the description below. They put out an awesome list every single week as well, and they also updated all the way up until the Final Order cutoff dates. So Al's Facebook group and coverprice.com are both linked down in the description below. They're both great places for up-to-date information on this weekend's Final Order cutoff and possibly the best spec for this weekend. All right, guys, with that out of the way, let's go ahead and dive into my spec picks of the week. Alright guys, after going over all the books that I found on this weekend's Final Order cutoff, including cover lever picks, second prints facsimiles, and the books that had a little bit of speculation, I'm going to suggest to you guys to save your money, especially if you guys are looking for a quick return on your investment. Now, there are a few books that I think you can buy and hold, and we're going to talk about those in a little bit. But if you guys are looking for a quick flip, I will suggest one book. Now, before I mention this book, I'm going to highly suggest that you guys go check your Star Wars gurus out there. I'm sure there's some on YouTube and online and everywhere else. But if you're looking for a quick flip, I think the best bet will probably be the Star Wars Thrawn Alliances issue number 1, the 1 in 100 Virgin variant. A lot of these 1 in 100 Virgin Star Wars covers do well out of the gate. So if you are looking for a quick flip, I would suggest maybe that one. But guys, do your own research. Now, I do have 2 other books that I think you could buy and hold on to that I think could do well in the future. So let's cover those right now. First up is Superman issue number 10, the cover A, done by Jamal Campbell. I think this cover is absolutely fantastic, and I can see this cover doing well in the future because I think the artwork on this cover is so great. And how many times do we get to see Superman looking like he's in the Old West? I don't think very often. And the other cover that I think could do well in the future is Wonder Woman issue number 5, the cover C variant, done by Julian Totino Tedesco. It's a great Tedesco cover. It's really gorgeous. I like it a lot, and I think in the future this cover could do well. But guys, in all honesty, I think this is a great week to save your money. But with that said, let's go ahead and dive into the next section, which is my new comic book day cover lover picks for next week's new comic book day. All right, guys, I was able to find 6 covers on next week's new comic book day that I think could do well on the secondary market. Now, next week's new comic book day is December 13th of 2023. So let's go ahead and cover these 6 covers. And the first one up is an exclusive cover. It is Action Comics issue number 1060. Now, this is a Michael Turner homage done by Natalie Sanders. Now, I'm sure some of you guys are looking at this like, Michael Turner homage, which one is that? Well, I can show you right now. It is for this guy right here. Now, the glare is obviously pretty terrible, but this is what it is homaging. It's a good cover, but I prefer the original myself. But let's go ahead and move on to the next one, which is Moon Knight issue number 30. This is the 1 in 100 Virgin variant done by Greg Capullo. Greg Capullo is officially signed on with Marvel, so we're going to get a lot of Greg Capullo covers and hopefully some interior art in the future, but this Moon Knight cover is really good. And guys, after that is also a Moon Knight cover for issue number 30. This is the variant cover done by Scotty Young. It's a pretty good Scotty Young cover. I like it a lot. And guys, after that is Green Lantern issue number 6. Now, this is the cover C variant done by Jeff Spokes, featuring Santa Claus, homaging that classic Green Lantern cover, and it's fantastic. I really like this, and I think people who collect holiday covers are gonna want this, especially in the future when there aren't that many cool ones, and they'll look back at this one. It is just awesome. And guys, after that is Batman Gargoyle of Gotham issue number 2, and this is the noir variant done by Raphael Grandpa, who is the writer and artist on this book as well. It is the best cover that I saw for this issue, and it's a Batman book, and I think this cover could do well. I do have one more cover to show you guys, and I just want to remind you guys, I found this cover a long time ago. I've been talking about it for so long because I absolutely love it, and it's a foil, and who doesn't love a foil right now? Guys, this is Spider-Gwen Smash issue number 1, the foil variant cover done by Peach Momoko. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and say it. This might be some of Peach's best work. Spider-Gwen looks epic and awesome, and like the action and motion in it is like just done so well, and I love this cover. But guys, those are the covers that I found on next week's new comic book day that I think could do well in the future on the secondary market. But guys, make sure you guys are doing your own research before you purchase any of those books. All right, guys, let's go ahead and move over to the next section, which are my final order cutoff books that I think you guys should be picking up to read. Now, I'm sure this video is a little long in the tooth, so I don't want to waste any time. But guys, these 2 books are not spec books. These are books that I think you guys should be considering to pick up because I think the story is going to be so good. And I love reading comics. The stack of comics that I have to read this week for next week's Wednesday pull list is gigantic. I think it's like 30 books or something. It's so many books. I fell behind on some, but I love doing it. I love reading comics and looking at the art, and I just don't want you guys to miss out on these books. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you about them. And the first one up is Zorro Man of the Dead issue number 1. Now, this is coming from writer-artist Sean Murphy, and Sean Murphy has done no wrong in my opinion. Every book that he's written and done the art on, I've absolutely loved, and I think this is going to be another book that I'm going to love. And I'm not a huge Zorro fan. I remember watching some old Zorro movies with my father when I was a kid and thinking how lame it was, but come on, is Sean Murphy. He's going to bring it, and it's going to be awesome. So let me go ahead and read the synopsis to you guys. Don Quixote meets Narcos and Sean Gordon Murphy's Zorro, Man of the Dead. In this modern reimagining, the writer-artist behind DC Comics' Batman White Knight delivers a fresh take on the legendary swashbuckling hero. So that's even cooler. We got Zorro in the current times today, and I saw some interior art when he was creating this book on his Instagram where Zorro's going to have some awesome cars and everything. It's going to be so cool. Now let me finish the synopsis. Diego is a young man who is convinced that he's Zorro. As a child, he suffered a psychotic break after witnessing the murder of his parents by the drug cartel in his village. To cope with the trauma, he embraced the 200-year-old legend of Zorro by donning the mask, training with the sword, and declaring war on the narcos for the sake of his people. Yeah, I'm in. Sold. It kind of sounds a little bit like Batman, but I'm okay with that because Batman is my favorite character. And if you're going to put Batman in another suit, let's do it. I just cannot wait to see this. His artwork is fantastic. He has some of the best writing out there, and I love it. I'm so pumped. I did miss out when this was on Kickstarter, and that's my own fault. I spent a bunch of money on other things when I probably should have spent it on this because I'm really excited for it, and I should have supported it when it was on Kickstarter. I'm kicking myself in the ass for that. But there is one other title that I found that I want to share with you guys. Let's go ahead and dive into that. And that is Cobra Commander issue number 1. Now this is coming from writer Joshua Williamson and has art by Andrea Molina. I apologize if I butchered your names, but guys, Cobra Commander. Joshua Williamson, the Energon universe, it's all coming together. I am pumped for this. I cannot wait. I cannot wait to get Duke in this and Transformers all together. Oh, it's gonna be so good. All right, so let me go ahead and read the synopsis. Miniseries premiere. The rise of Cobra begins here. In a world where the Cobra organization hasn't formed, one man's sinister plans to utilize the mysterious alien substance known as Energon sends shockwaves across the globe. Who is Cobra Commander? Where does he come from? And what horrors is he planning to unleash that will rock the world and maybe the universe to its core? Red Hot writer Joshua Williamson and artist Andrea Molina kick off the second of 4 action-packed miniseries that will introduce the best and worst humanity has to offer in the Energon universe. I'm in. I am so in. I love that we're getting an awesome G.I. Joe and Transformers series, and they're gonna combine the two into one universe. This is like my 80s dreams just coming to life. I'm so nostalgic for all these characters. I'm pumped. I'm excited. Are you guys excited to get these books? I am like over the moon. Daniel Warren Johnson's on Transformers, Joshua Williamson on G.I. Joe, or I should say Duke, and Cobra Commander. Let's freaking go. All right, guys. Those are my recommendations to pick up on this weekend's Final Order Cutoff to read, and that's going to end the video. So let's go ahead and wrap this video up. Alright guys, we are at the end of the video, and this is where I take a second and thank each and every single one of you who are still watching this video right now till the end of the video, and just tell you, you guys are legends. Thank you guys so much for sticking around to the end and supporting the video. Now guys, look down real quick. If you guys haven't smashed that like button, just do me a favor and smash it right now before you tune out. And last but not least, if you guys watch that video and you guys enjoy comic book content, especially current comic book content, this is the channel for you. And what are you doing? Get yourself subscribed, hit that bell for notifications, and smash that like button. Now guys, I do have a 3rd video planned for next week, so make sure you guys are tuned in for that. And I also need to get my previous highlights video out before I miss a 2nd month in a row, and I definitely don't want to do that. So guys, stay tuned for more content, and it's going to be awesome. Have yourself a great weekend, a great Final Order Cutoff, and I'll catch you guys on Tuesday with my Wednesday pull list. Have a great weekend. Peace.